Hello everyone, hope you're all well. So sorry I haven't been around for a while, and I explained a little bit on my post that I made the other day, but anyway, hope you guys are all doing well. Dear, dirty desk as usual. So I have been busy in here, just haven't felt well, oh gosh, I hope you can't hear the dog barking next door. I have a new neighbour and he has a dog, but clearly he works during the day and the dog's just barking constantly. It's breaking my heart, to be honest. I'm not really sure. I mean, I could offer to take the dog for a walk or something like that during the day, you know, if he doesn't manage it. I don't know, but it can't go on forever. Anyway, get back to this. So I have, while I've been home, I came home from my holiday and time away with my family last week, no, Friday, a week, almost 2 weeks ago. Oh my goodness me. And the first week I was drained, really drained, and it's such a long story about our holiday gone wrong. I don't really want to share it all, only because it will drain you as much as it drained me. But it suffice to say, it was a very difficult time. We had to abandon our holiday, and due to pest infestation in the property that we were in. So obviously it was very disappointing for everyone, but we really felt for the children. So we, you know, then spent days out and what have you, and so yeah, pretty awful time really. Well, lovely to be with family and for us all to be together, but a horrible situation. But that's all I'll say on it, because it's, you know, pretty depressing. But when I came home, I was exhausted and needed a week to recover, because I'd been away for 2 weeks, and I really did need that time to recover. So anyway, I'm okay. My body, some of you will know that I have problems with chronic illness, and it affects my body and affects you know, my energy and what have you, and I'm also chronically anemic, and that doesn't help. So yeah, so I needed that time. But I've been in here crafting away. I made a determination that I was going to use up lots of scraps, because I have bags and bags of scraps. I have them like this, like that, this. I have lots of these. And what I noticed, although, you know, it's good to have some scraps to call on when you're working, it also, I noticed that my work was often looking very same, because I'm using the same things over and over again. You know, they get ripped smaller, but still the same type of things. So some not, but you know, some are. And I wanted to get rid of that and start afresh, or at least try and reduce it down. So I made these. What I did is I made 2 master boards. I did film it, guys, and yeah, I wasn't happy with the film again, so I didn't do it. But I didn't, you know, I filmed it, but obviously it didn't work out. So I did cut these up, and I made these lovely tags. I'm really happy with them. And you know, I did stamping and fussy cut and lots of labels. So I just really covered them in lots of different things, and I'm really happy with them. I think they're really pretty. Quite often I make them and then I think, I don't really like that. But I do like these, and I think they'll come in handy. So I'm planning to do, although I might not use these in it, but I am planning to do a sort of you know, a long thin journal, traveller's notebook style or whatever you want to call it. And then the other day I filmed this as well, and I'm in the middle of editing it, but I don't know if I will. I might use this video to, whoops, to demonstrate instead, you know, of using that one. So we'll see what we get out of this video. So basically what I was planning on doing was making these little dangles, like little tags, little dangles that I can dangle from my you know, my pages. And so I cut lots of bits out from scraps. They're all from scraps, and you know, I think they're quite nice. I like the ones with 3 items on. Well, I like them all, but I do like the ones with 3 layers on. So I might alter that a little bit. Oh, that one, yeah, that one's nice. That's a little bird on there. This one is sort of a thin one. I really like that as well. I've used ball pins on them, as you can see, but they're just scraps, guys, you know, so you could do whatever you wanted to, use whatever you wanted to if you want to make some of these. Now what I'm going to do is, I think I've got some papers left here that I'm going to use, and I'm going to do some more, but I might add other things to them. That's a tag. I don't think I want to use that now. It's very thick tag. Right, let's see then. So I've got this, which is quite pretty. It's not really, well, it is a scrap, I suppose, because it's a bit of a page. Well, let me cut this off to start with. So I just thought it'd be nice for you to join me. You know, I know I haven't been around, and I make all sorts of promises and can't keep them, and then it just, you know, because I had planned on filming while I was away, and obviously that didn't happen. But I did take some photographs that I can share. I think I've shared some on my Instagram page, and anyone who is on Instagram would like to join me over there. It's I do have a link to it above, but it's Stillroom Keeper, at the Stillroom Keeper, if you want to go over there and have a look. So I think there's some photographs of my holiday there. But isn't this pretty? I think that's really nice. I'll just pop it there for a minute. So we'll use that. That's another tag. I don't think I'll use that. I'm looking for like another thin strip that would complement it, or I could cut a strip, for example, like that. That's too samey. I don't think I can use that. Yeah, I hope, I mean, I don't want to have an issue with my neighbour, but you know, the dog obviously is not happy about being left. You know, you can't leave a dog for hours and hours and hours. It's totally unfair. I mean, I don't know if he works from home, so he may well be out and come back. I think that works well with that. So I'm going to just take some off. I will have to back it. Right, now I do need my cutter for this, guys, because I'm absolutely terrible at cutting. So I was going to have to be the cutter. I am going to buy myself a new cutter because I'm finding even this isn't working very well. So that might be a bit too thin. Yeah, it's not even straight. Okay, right, try again. Oh, Rudy's behind me. He's making his little groaning noises. He can hear the dog next door, and that's obviously upsetting for him. Done it again, haven't I? But I think that's okay. It's not as long as I'd like, but it's okay for another layer. Let's see. If I can't find things in here, then I'll look elsewhere. I just want to start using up this lot. Now I will be backing them as well. Just, you know, that's quite nice. That's not, maybe not actually. See if I've got anything else that could go there. I'm going to play this back and I'm going to be hearing the dog and it's going to really bother me. I know it is. I'm just wondering actually, what about a book page? Because again, I'm going to back it anyway, so let's see, it's an old dictionary, so I could, let's have a look, see how, right, maybe then this is going to be a bit bigger, so maybe it's going to be like that. There's some card. See what we've got. Got plenty of cards to be honest, but I'll just see. Okay, that feels sick. Right, so very simple activity, but it gets me back into, you know, crafting with you guys, and also I'm going to use my old board. Also, it's, you know, simple. You can craft along with me. Pretty sure we all have scraps. Well, you know, if you like this sort of thing. Oh, Rudy, you're going to have to... it's fine him groaning, but I don't, you know, I think he partly does it for attention, but when he can hear other things going on outside, I'm pretty sure that upsets him, so I can't blame him really. Just grab my scissors. So yeah, so hoping everybody's okay. Thank you for your lovely comments, as always. You're such a supportive group, and you know, I miss working and coming in here and doing my work. I do, really do. And so being in here and on camera is tricky for me, I must admit. And one of you wrote, I can't remember who, you know, about sort of just not letting it become an issue, me, if I can't make it. So thank you for that. I know one of you lovely ladies wrote that to me. Look at that, isn't that nice? I think that works. Now I will put, wow, look at that, that's perfect. I'm going to put that on there. So, and you're right, you know, if making videos causes me anxiety or stress when I'm already stressed, then I shouldn't do it. You know, I should wait until I'm feeling okay. And you're absolutely right. And right now I didn't put that on straight, so I'm going to have to cut this green off. And I will bear that in mind. Well, to be honest with you, that's what I've been doing. I haven't been coming on when I haven't been in a good place. So when you see me, you know that it means that I'm, you know, I'm okay. So you don't have to worry or anything like that. But I really appreciate you, you know, having concern for me. Okay, right, so let's get this punched. Here, I would like to put something on that's, you know, a little bit, just enhances it a little bit. And I've got a scrap there, look. It's not as long, but I could put it I'm trying to layer them a little bit like that. It hides that though, doesn't it? Let's see, if I put it there, I think that could look quite nice. I'm gonna risk it, guys. I'm just gonna put it on. And I think it will be nice. I think the dog's moved to another room because I can hear. It's just awful. I'm assuming that it's next door because it, you know, yeah, I'm happy with that. It's just something a bit different. Okay, so what I'll do next is I'll punch a hole through, and let's see. It doesn't have to be in the centre or anything like that. Now I will use these ball pins for now, but I might use ribbons and things in them as well. So again, this can dangle from a page somewhere, you know, on a journal. I'll have to put it down. Yeah, happy with this. A little bit different, a little bit quirky. Makes it stand out a little bit. And what I'll do with them is I'll put them under something heavy so that they flatten out, otherwise they go wobbly. And put that up there. Now another one. See, they do take a little while, especially if you haven't got. Right, now I do have this. This is a tag though. I'll leave that because it's a tag. Okay, this is nice. I'll use this. I've got some card here I can use. Perfect. I'm guessing you could hear that because it was loud. Poor thing. It just breaks my heart when a dog's left and they bark, and because they, you know, yeah, I mean, I couldn't leave a dog. I can't leave Rudy for more than a couple of hours. I just can't do it. You know, he's on my mind. If I go out, I feel guilty. I do have to sometimes, but yeah, I don't like doing it. But I know people have to work, and you know, they love their pets and what have you, and as long as he has someone coming in to you know, to take his dog for a walk and what have you, then, and maybe the dog will start to feel secure. I don't think he had him when he moved in. He hasn't been here very long, so I don't think he's, you know, had him for that long, unless he just kept him somewhere. Right, so that will be at the bottom. So what else are we going to have? This is nice, but might not. Yeah, I like that, but I don't think there's enough of it to stand out. Yep, that will work. I'll have this. Again, I'm going to put it on here. Okay. Good. I know I shouldn't do it. I do it anyway. So I hope you've all had a nice summer so far. Sometimes it feels a bit weird that, I mean, yesterday I took Rudy out. Well, I went out to do some errands, and then I came on my way back. I took him out for a walk, and we found a new place to go, so that was exciting. Now, why am I telling you this? Oh yeah, so, and there's just leaves everywhere. Right, now do I make that smaller? So the leaves are falling down. The leaves are, we've got leaves that, you know, like as if it's autumn already. And if we've got them like that in the north, then you can be sure that they're like that in the south. I can't take that off, so I'm going to leave it. I will take a little bit off the bottom though. Take it off this side. Just a bit. Don't want it exactly the same, but yeah, it's good that it's long like that. Let's see if we've got anything to put behind it. What about... I don't know if this will work, but let's see. What about one of these at the top instead? Oh yeah, that's pretty, isn't it? But what I'm gonna have to do though is I'll put the tiniest of holes through. Like that, and then I'm going to glue the other thing I'm going to do is not that one, I'm going to do this one. Like that, that's better. Pop that on there. So I'm going to glue this to this, but I'm going to glue it with this glue. Just waiting for the glue to come down. I need to fill it back up again. I also went to, so I stayed with my daughter when we came home from the holiday. I went back to my daughter's house, so I stayed there for a week, and then I went on to my son's house for a few days. So I was away, you know, for a good length of time, almost 2 weeks, I think. But I went to that show that I put on the there we go. So that will glue to that, and then when I put the bulb pin through, it will go through anyway. Let's see what colour. I'm going to use silver again. I'm running out of, I need some more bulb pins, so it will go through the hole there, like that, and that. I could even put a button on, couldn't I? Actually, I didn't need to, I realise now I didn't need to glue it, but because, you know, I could have just put it on, but it's better to have it like stuck to it, I think. Right, I'll pop that one under. I like that as well now. Okay, put them aside. I always get a messy desk. It's inevitable. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Okay, move that. I don't know what I'm going to do with you. Well, I do. I'll just use a different... Let's do something different anyway. See what we've got here. I say different, but you know, I'm pretty much using the same things over, you know, because I'm using up. Right, now I have more of these. as well. Just move them over. So I could match up one of these with that if I wanted to put something behind it. Right, I like that. Okay, it doesn't, the back doesn't matter, so I'm just using up card that I've got, you know. Right, so I really like that. Now what do we have here? Not that. I'm thinking put some lace there. Right. I think I might use that, but I think what I'll do is cut some off. So I don't want it as long, so sorry you can't see. I'm so sorry about that. I hope I've been in frame before. So I'm going to put it something like that. There. I'm not going to use all of it though, because it's too, I think it's too thick. So I'm going to just cut it along here. Now I don't mind if it's a bit raggy. So that will go there. And then I think I'll put that on there. And I like that, those together. Or that and that. No. Just that then. Yeah, that does go. Right, now instead of, let me see. I'm thinking I might do this. Okay. I'm going to put it to the side slightly. Something about this isn't right. What about one of these instead? That's nice. Yeah, I think I prefer that, you know. So I'm going to, in that case, I'm just going to pop it, this through here. There. The fabric out. Okay, and I'll use gold with this one, or let's use the dark one. This might be too dark. I don't want to use ball pins all the time, by the way. And the other thing I was thinking of doing was, yeah, like that. It's putting beads and things on. So I like that one as well. That still haven't cut off that there and there. Right, pop it under. It's not as in need of flattening as much as the other ones, but let's see. Let's do another one. I love that. I think that's perfect, so I'm going to use that. Yep, so use your board, Julie. yeah, so I went to that lovely exhibition at the Ashmolean, which is beautiful. Well, a very well-known museum in the UK. It's a very special museum in the UK, in Oxford City, and yeah, I love it. But I saw the exhibition, but I didn't get to see any of the other work. I mean, I briefly did. So there's sort of like artifacts from ancient Greece and things like that, which are just beautiful. And but the exhibition was amazing. You know, I'm, as you probably know, that I'm interested in botany, and I forage and I, you know, grow wild plants and things like that to make herbal teas and things. I have an apothecary, which is where the still room comes from, the idea about the still room. Because in the olden days, in large, you know, manors and large houses of the very rich and aristocracy, had a still room to, you know, do lots of different things in there. I think I've told you guys before, but so they would make, I mean, it would probably, the term the still room comes from the distillery, because they would distill alcohol, they would do they would have herbal medicines in there, so there would be all sorts of things in there. Flowers, so the flowers would be arranged in there for the house. Very much. I don't know about a butterfly. Would be nice to have a butterfly there though, wouldn't it? Let's see if there's one from here. So I've got that. But I think it needs something else. What about another one of them? Yeah, let's do one of those. Book page one. I didn't put that on straight. Okay, start again. My sister and niece are in Greece at the moment, which is nice. Keep sending photographs and things. And it looks gorgeous. Lovely clear turquoise water, sea. And now this is going to be too long, so I want to cut some off. I can still hear the dog. Right, so I think that's okay, but what I'll do is I'll link it just for it to stand out a bit more. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've got anything else to tell you. It's been very quiet here. The weather's, I mean, obviously I talked about the heat and everything before. It's cooled down a lot now. If you're in the UK, you'll know, but people have had terrible, I'm going to put that there, I think. Well, maybe not. Oops. No. Although, oh, bless him. I don't know why he does it all the time. That's okay. I can use that. I'm going to use that. Just needs... No, I'll use that one. Isn't that pretty? Right. So... Now I could do it on the corner like that. Actually, when I do it like that, it doesn't really go, does it? This, I mean. Oh, what about a bit of lace? The lace that I took off. Oh no, that's not the lace that I took off, I don't think. That's the lace that I took off. Put that on. And there. Shall I glue it on? Like that? I think I will, you know. Glue, where are you? Yeah, that's okay. Alright, I'm going to put it on the side. I'll get 3 done and that'll be it. I'm terrible with time. And I really want to do a good quality video, so it really irks me that it takes me so long to do things. You know, other people seem to get things done in no time. I'm wondering if it's because I talk on my videos. Mind you, other people do, and they don't seem to have the same problem as me. It's good to be able to use up the other bits. There. I think that's nice. Good. Hole. Keep it simple-ish. Actually, I'm going to put it here. There. Slightly to the side. And put this bulb pin on. Like I say, you could put ribbon on. That would be nice. But there we go, another little decorated dangle thing. So I have made 4. How long have I been on? Yeah, a little bit. I'm going to move all this off. I'm just going to pause you while I tidy up. I'll come back and show you what we've done. I thought I'd press the thing. I've just been chatting away to myself and managed to mix all these back up. So I'm going to put them back how they were. So these are the ones that we made today, plus that one. And these are the ones that I made. Aren't they lovely? They're so pretty. I love the ones with the bit of lace on. And that one with the little top thing there. And that one. And yeah, this one with the little snippety thing there. That's cool. And you can write on the back of all of these. So they're handy as little, dangles. You could, instead of using a bull pin, you could put lace through, not lace, sorry, thread through, and then have them as tags in a, have them just as little multi-tags. And these are the ones I did before. So sort of like 3 layers there, 2 layers. And this one, which I think is quite pretty. This one, I found this, so I think I'm going to put them together because they are slightly different. And I think it will work, although it will cover up that lovely flower, but I don't think that matters. So yeah, so that, and I like this one as well with the little bird on. That's really sweet. And this is one of my favourites as well. And then just a plain tag one and another one with a bird. And then this one, that's a very wonky circle. But I like this, using this sort of vellum. So I hope you like those. I enjoyed making them, and they're such an easy thing to do. So if you're struggling with ideas to do something, have a go at these. And you don't need anything fancy, you know, no fancy tools, nothing like that. Just poke a hole through with whatever you've got. You could use a sewing needle if you don't have a, you know, punch tool, and make yourself some. So anyway, I'll leave you here and I'll be back for more very soon. So take care everyone. Bye for now.